welcome to Canguro English, to another live English class. I'm Christian and I'm an English teacher, obviously. I just want to say before we start that this live class and all of my other online activities like my podcast, the Facebook group, Instagram, all of this stuff is possible because of your very generous support. So if you would like to sponsor free English education, then there are two ways to do that. The first way is you can become my patron on Patreon, or you can buy some Canguro English merchandise, which is great quality. I wear this almost every day, and it's not bobbling. Okay, bobbles. You know bobbles. You know when you have the little balls. Yeah, it's not bobbling. It washes great. It's good quality. So you can buy some merchandise. Thank you to all of you for your very generous support. On Sunday, I am going to Athens in Greece. I don't know if you remember, but recently I read the entire Oxford Dictionary of English live here on YouTube. Me and the other teachers here at the school and some teachers from other YouTube teachers, and we raised a lot of money, and on Sunday I'm going to Athens to deliver all of the resources to the children. I'm super excited. I can't wait. I'm going to make a video about the process, and you can come with me and experience it. But I'm going to be in Frankfurt in Germany on Sunday. So if any of you live in Frankfurt and you want to have a beer, let's have a beer. Or if you live in Athens, if I have time, we can have a coffee. Or raki. Is it raki? I think is the Greek drink. Raki. Or a kebab. Okay. Yes. Enough talking. How are you? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all fantastic. Yeah. You can buy this merchandise in lots of different colors. Soon I will be adding some new designs. Yeah. Marinella wants to know when I'm coming to Albania. I don't know. It's not something I'm thinking about right now, but I would like to visit Albania. I would like to visit every country in the world, but that's difficult. There's a lot of countries. Okay, so I thought today we would continue a little bit from the previous class about writing. But first we're going to start with a little game, okay? So this game is very simple. It's just 10 things. I want you to tell me 10 things in this category. Easy. 10 things. So I'm going to, oh no, this is still wet. Oh, no problems. I was a very, very good teacher this weekend, and I came into the school, I cleaned the school, I reorganized the school, and I cleaned this, and it's still wet, look. Okay. Let's okay. Wow, it's so shiny. Oh my god. Okay. 10 things. Wow. Okay. 10 things. So. Okay. Let's have a look at the categories. Okay. Here we go. Here's the first question. 10 things that are sticky. 10 things that are sticky. Who can tell me? Sticky. You know, like sticky? They're like your... Ew, sticky. Okay. Glue. Of course, glue. Very good. Glue is number 1. Sweat. Nice, yes. Sweat, gel, honey, sugar. Wow, okay. Gum, jelly, okay. Gum, very nice. Saliva. Could be sticky, yes, I suppose. What else? Stamps, very good, Rodrigo. Stamps. Rice. Did I put rice on the board? Rice. Rice. Cheese? I don't know about cheese. I don't know if cheese is sticky. Tape. Yeah, very good. Tape. Okay. That's 10 things. Very good. That was very fast. But, oh my God, gelatinization flour. Lots of things. So, let me tell you some of the things on this official list. Okay? The thing in your nose. In British English, the thing in your nose is called a bogey. But in American English, it's called a booger. Same word, slightly different pronunciation. Okay, so number 1 is toffee. Toffee is like a soft, sweet dessert. It's nice. Or it could be hard. It could be hard toffee or soft toffee. Huh? Sticky tape, yes. Glue, yes. Wallpaper, paste. Wallpaper. You know, in some houses you have, on the wall, you have paper. And you have to use glue. You know, you use glue to stick on the paper. It's called paste. It's disgusting. Okay. Stamps. Oh my God. You guys are incredible. Labels. Yeah, like the labels for prices in the supermarket. Chewing gum, yes. Treacle. How can I describe treacle? Treacle is similar to golden syrup. It's like sugar in a liquid form. It's very viscous and dense. It's used in cooking. Yeah. So I think it's incredible. You had, I think, 8 out of 10. Congratulations, guys. Good job. Okay. Let's do another one. Okay. Okay, let's look for another category. Ooh. Okay. Okay. This one's going to be good, right? Things that smell. Okay, so things that smell bad. Things that smell bad. Let's have a look at the list. Wow. Okay. So it's not things that smell good, things that smell bad. Okay. So poop. Poop. Very good. Poop. That's a great soft way to say poop. Fish. Some flowers. Okay, some flowers. Socks. Socks, towels, yeah. Towels. Tiago says politicians. Oh, so true. Gasoline, underarms. Underarms. Well, okay, they're not. Technically, this is under your arm, but the common word is armpit. Because a pit is like a hole, right? Like a hole in the ground, a pit. And it's like a hole. You see it goes in like this, like an armpit, yeah? Josephine says, morning breath. Oh man, that's the worst. The morning breath. Woo! A skunk. A skunk. Oh no. God, something very bad is happening to the board. Look, it's gone weird. It looks bad. Fish sauce. Yeah, fish sauce smells. We need one more. What else was on here? Rotten eggs. Okay. Yeah, rotten eggs is like the worst smell in the world. Great vocabulary, guys. Let's have a look at the official list. So, number 1 is armpits. Yes, good work. Number 2 is cheese. It's true. A lot of cheese, especially French cheese, smells really bad. But I have a little secret that, for me, the cheese that smells the worst normally tastes the best. There's a cheese you can buy here. It's a French cheese called Caprice de Dieu. Caprice de Dieu? Yeah, it's a French cheese, and it's very soft. And it smells really intense, but delicious. Oh, delicious. Number 3. Fun fact, guys. So everybody, the French are famous for cheese, right? The French are famous for cheese, but England produces more varieties of cheese than France. Just one more example of how the English are better than the French. Ooh, controversial, Christian. Ooh. No. It's, as somebody with Anglo-Saxon DNA, it's my obligation to not like the French. But I'm just joking. Okay. Number 3 is noses. Noses smell? Well, true. Number 4 is bloodhound. Wow, that's a good one. A bloodhound is a dog. The dog that smells. It's normally used by the police to smell things, right? Yeah. Perfume. Perfume smells bad. It's true. Some perfume does smell bad. Salts. So have you ever watched a game of rugby? Okay, so these are big, strong, tough men, right? And they're playing rugby. Rugby is a brutal game, and they're being hit in the head and thrown on the ground, and then so sometimes they feel disoriented, right? They feel, like they're going to pass out. And so the doctors, they open the capsule, and they give them the salt, and it makes them alert, right? The salt, oh, it's a very strong smell. Okay, trainers, so shoes. Socks, I'll give you that, socks and shoes. Okay, flowers, good. Public toilets, yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, generally public toilets don't smell good. And finally, a stink bomb. I remember at school we had stink bombs. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Okay. So let's get into the meat of the class, shall we? The meat. Let's do something meaty and juicy. I wanted to continue, talking a little bit about writing and expression. Okay? Because remember, guys, language is not a subject to study. If you want to be a linguist, great, study all day long. But if you want to be, a good communicator, if you're learning language to get a job or to talk to people, to travel, then you don't need to sit down and study English as a subject. You need to just start expressing yourself. So let's look at how you can practice more, about expression, right? So this is going to be a 35-minute live class of me just cleaning the board. I'm going to change the title of the video to "Man Cleans Board." Wow, it's actually creating this very beautiful pattern. It's like modern art. I should sell this at auction at Sotheby's for like £1 million. Look at it, modern art. Okay, so we're going to practice writing. Now, if you have to describe something, right, like maybe in an exam you have to talk about, describe a photograph, or maybe you're doing some creative writing, right? You want to write a story about, aliens. Or more commonly, right, the most common thing we do with language is to tell stories about what we did yesterday, a holiday we went on last year. We tell stories. Telling stories is part of human experience. So a simple technique is to start the story is to use the five senses. Okay, yes. See, sight, touch, taste, smell, and sound. Okay, so the five senses. So sight, touch, taste, smell, and sound. Okay? So if you have to describe something, if you're telling a story, you can start. It can give you a foundation, a starting point for your story. Okay? So So let's do one together. Let's do one about, can you describe a friend's house or a relative's house? So just think about the house of your friend, okay? Or your relative. What does it look like? Okay, that's easy, that's normal. And what about the touch? Like, think about some of the textures. Think about like, is it painted? Is it very smooth, right? Or when you walk on the floor, is it a tiled floor or is it carpet? Does it feel soft? Does it feel like cold when you touch it, or is it warm and organic? Taste, like your friend's house, like, did you eat there? Have you eaten there before? What is this idea in your mind about your friend's house? Is it sitting on the sofa, eating potato crisps and drinking beer, and this, or is it, a dinner party with little canapes? Is it a big chicken, a roasted chicken? What's that thing, that you have here? Smell. How does it smell? Does it smell sort of like artificial? Maybe like a air freshener? Or does it smell maybe damp and cold? Does it smell fresh and like the ocean? Or does it smell maybe natural, like wood or plants? And finally, sound, like, is it a quiet house? Can you hear the traffic on the street outside? Or do you hear birds? And with these 5 things, we can build a really great description of something. So, your friend's house. Let's look at some of the ideas here, because you've been typing while I've been speaking. You've been typing. Okay. So Prashant says the house is very small. Okay. Gosha says it's a small flat with wooden walls. Okay. Miss Dima, it's big with 2 rooms. Okay. Yesterday it was beautiful. Anything at the balcony. Okay, so the balcony was bad. Okay. Sifu Setif says it's a warm house with great views and lights. You can smell the spices in the kitchen, and it's a very calm and secluded place. Wow. Great sentence. I feel it. Christina says, a warm, bright, fresh house. Nice. And Shapur says it's very soft because it's covered by beautiful carpets. Nice. So I'm going to describe this school using this technique. Okay. So, sight. What do you see? Let's talk about it. Okay. It's the school is a medium-sized thing, right? Medium-sized. Medium-sized place. And now touch. So, I think in general, there's a lot of very smooth and wooden surfaces. There's lots of bookshelves. The tables are very smooth. I feel it's like, kind of hard. Bit of a hard, not very organic. It's a hard place. So, Um, so it's the school's a medium-sized place with hard, smooth surfaces, and the taste, and I think for me, in winter, it has a sort of taste of pumpkin soup. And it's a taste and the smell is different. A lingering taste of pumpkin soup and a smell of air freshener. Because we have to use air freshener here in the school because, you know, Galicia, where I live here in the north of Spain, it rains a lot. So, you know, you have that smell of sort of rain. Maybe that's a better smell actually. A smell of sort of damp. It smells like damp air. I think that's more honest. Damp air, yeah. At the moment, the sound for me is the sound of children being excited. So damp air and maybe we could say smell of damp air. Filled. The air is filled, right? Filled with the sound of laughter. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is not my best text. You know, I've produced better texts, but what it's doing is it's giving me, you know, some ideas of a basic structure. It's helping me to generate ideas, and you know. So next time you sit down and you need to write something, just go back and think about those, you know, those basic senses. It could help you. It could help you. So yeah, a couple of people asking about about where I live. So I live in the north of Spain. I am originally from Australia, but I haven't lived in Australia for a long time. No, I actually, well, my school is in a little town called Chantada, but I live in a village with cows, a lot of cows. Most of my neighbors are cows. So no, my school is not in my house. Not at the moment. But maybe in the future, I don't know. Do I speak Spanish? I do. I do speak Spanish. You can be the judge of the quality of my Spanish. Okay, so... Okay, I've sort of finished talking about what I want to talk about there. So I'm happy to answer to spend a little bit of time answering any of your questions. Okay, so if you have any questions, please ask me and I will try to answer them, okay? I'll try my best. Just creating a bit of artwork here. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to mention that earlier today at 11 o'clock I did a live class with Halima from Blackboard English. She has a YouTube channel and also an Instagram an Instagram account, and the video, the conversation we had is on Instagram if you want to check it out. Yeah, she's such a lovely lady, Halima. Lovely. Okay. Young One Park wants to know, how do you pronounce this word? Wow. Well, this is not a word. This is a time, right? A time, because you have the colon here. Well, 0000 is 12 a.m. 12 a.m. You could say that. 12 a.m., which is 12 o'clock at night. Or you could say midnight. So those would be the two possibilities for the pronunciation, right? 12 a.m. or midnight. If you're in the military, you could say 0-100 hours. 0-100. But this is only if you're in the military, okay? If you say to your friends, yeah, I went out partying until 0-100, it sounds weird. It sounds like you've just come back from military operations, right? Okay. Romulus has a question. If I had been here, if she would have came in time, I would have been here. If she would have came in time, why is the first more correct? Okay, so, okay. So, the Romulus, your two examples are not correct. Okay, they're not. You're using your conditionals wrong. So, what you want to do is you want to, in this example, you want to use the third conditional. Okay. The third conditional is to talk about things that are in the past that didn't happen. You want to talk about things that are impossible to change because you're talking about an imaginary past, a past that didn't happen. Okay? So the construction for this is if past perfect and then would have. Would have. Okay? So you would say, sorry, I'm trying to decode your, if she would have come in time, if she would have come in time, I would have been there. This conditional is not, because logically it doesn't make sense, okay? So you need to say, if she had come in time, I would have been there. So if she had come, okay, so past perfect, and then would have been. So your verb is, this is your verb here, okay? And you can move this around. You can say, I would have been here if she had come. Okay, so you're not using the correct conjugations. Okay. But remember that with all conditionals, this part, if the second part of the condition, the part after the if, this part, with all conditionals you can change it to make a mixed conditional. Like you could say, if she had come in time, I might have been there. Or if she had come in time, I should have been there. You can substitute this for any modal verb and it will be correct. Okay? I made a class about conditionals. I made 2 classes about conditionals. You can check them. Mr. Unknown has a question. He wants to know what words do you study when you're studying words? I talked a little bit about this with Halima earlier. You know, you should study words that are interesting to you. Like, study words that you want to know. It's that simple. If you want a more scientific way to learn vocabulary, then you can look at lists of very common words, like the top 1,000 words, and you can study those. Or just focus on things that you're interested in. Okay. Where do I buy flashcards and board games? I buy most of my things from Amazon because Amazon deliver here to me in Spain, and they have a huge selection of things. I don't know where you live. Probably Amazon will deliver to you. They deliver to most countries. Or if not, there are other websites. In this modern age, you can buy stuff anywhere, really. Xiaopu wants to know, what's the meaning of fluency? Is it about the speed of your talking? Okay, so fluency has no real technical definition. Like, I cannot tell you fluency is this. There's no definition for fluency. Everybody has their own opinion about what is fluency. I think in general the idea is that you can speak continuously without stopping, right? Your conversation flows. Right? But that's a very incomplete definition, inadequate, because okay, maybe you can talk continuously, but you're talking total rubbish. Or maybe you can talk continuously, but your vocabulary is very limited. You're repeating the same thing. For me personally, fluency is more abstract. Okay, it's the idea that we can have a conversation about most subjects without effort. To me, that's fluency. It's not about if you speak continuously. It's not about if you make, some mistakes. It's about, I'm not like, I don't understand you, and you're not like, you can't express yourself. If you can express yourself and I can understand you and it's easy, that's what I think is fluency. But everybody's definition is different. That's what I think. That's what I want for you, for all of my students. I want you to be able to communicate easily and for people to understand you easily. And that's it. The little mistakes, not important. Passing the exam, not important. Don't care. Okay. Hello. Okay. Reginaldo says that he has problems with weak forms. Are you talking about weak forms related to pronunciation? Yeah. Romulus. Romulus, what was your question, Romulus? Okay. What is the logic? What is the logic of this? Okay. The logic is that in English, when you want to talk about something that's imaginary, we use the past tense. We go into the past because we don't have any other verb options. We don't. In Spanish, you have subjunctive. You just use the subjunctive. Fantastic. We don't have that. So we go to the past. This is imaginary. It's not real. It's in the past. We use the past. That's the reason. That's the logic. If you watch my class, if you Google Canguro English conditionals, you'll find the explanation. Okay, Ivan Bakhmutov. That's my Russian pronunciation, right? Ivan, how do you pronounce this word? Okay. This word. We took this word from French. We take a lot of things from French. The pronunciation is caution. Okay, so we have this sh sound, that beautiful, soft French sh sound, caution. Here it's a single sound. Okay, or caution. Look how round my mouth is. Or. And because this is not stressed, here's the stress, okay? Caution. So here, because all unstressed vowels are schwa, they are zombie sound. If you imagine a zombie goes, that's this sound. The most common sound in English. Totally relaxed zombie. Caution. That's how, if you want to sound more English, go zombie, okay? Don't say caution, look at oh or no. Relaxed zombie. Caution. Beautiful. Okay. Let's have a look. Answer to my question, please. I'm looking for your question. Okay, White Rose says, my problem is that I understand every individual but I can't speak well. Well, let me ask you this, right? Imagine you are learning to play the saxophone. Now, how do you improve your saxophone? Do you improve your saxophone by sitting and listening to saxophone music? Do you improve your saxophone by opening the saxophone book and reading the notes and memorizing them? Or option number 3, do you improve your saxophone by picking up the saxophone and playing it 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 and playing it? Yes, yes. And it's the same with language, okay? Music is a language, English is a language. Think about it. I mean, music is written, and so it's writing and sound. It has expression, it contains expression. It can tell stories. It has a long history. It is different in every country. Music is language, right? And the principles are the same for learning and practice. The same. So, to answer your question, if you want to speak more, then you need to pick up that instrument and start speaking every day. Every day. There's no secrets. No secrets. Hyungwon Park says, I have good Korean pronunciation. Really? Yes. Nailed it. Clooney wants to know, do I speak French? Oui. Bien sûr. I have a problem with I have a problem with genitives. Okay, good. Great question. Okay. Christian's house, the house of Christian. Which one is correct? Well, they're both correct, okay? But the question is, like, which one should we use, right? Which one sounds more natural? Well, in general, okay, this is in general. In general, if you are talking about something belonging to a human or an animal, if it's something alive, then we use this. Okay? So, Christian's house, the dogs, toys, the cows, shed, my wife's car, all of this. If it's something living, we like to use this. So, in contrast, if it's something which is not alive, then we say this, the house of Christian. So if it was, for example, Parliament, yes, the House of Parliament, because Parliament is not alive. So we prefer to use this. Parliament's house, it sounds weird. And also, the second sort of layer, is that this talks about, I'm the owner. It's mine. I own it. A parliament cannot own a house. Okay? The parliament is in the house, but it's not the owner. So there's two layers, right? Two layers. But sometimes you will find exceptions, like people talk about Britain's capital, London. You could say Britain's capital or the capital of Britain. And I think when you say that, if you say, Britain's capital, it gives you this sort of idea of Britain is like a living thing, right? It's oh my God, I can't say it. Anthropomorphizing. The thing, it's making it more like alive, like a human thing. What did Mbarak Haddad said? Il fait noyer pour voir la Coupe du Monde 2026. I don't know how to say that in French. 2026 à Morocco et pour l'Afrique, comptez merci. Well, good luck with the World Cup in Morocco in 2026. Okay. Abdelila Gas. Abdelila. What does it mean, AM and PM? Great question. Great question. This is the sun. This is the sun. This is the meridian. The center line of the sun, okay? It's when okay, this is not now, but in the past, the sun came up, right? and then it went down. And this line, okay, this line is the meridian line, right? The line. This is a terrible scientific explanation, okay? If there's anybody, you know, who really knows about this in a scientific way, I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry for this explanation. But my point is more or less, okay, so the sun comes up and so this point, when the sun is at the highest point, so the sun does this. This is the meridian, right? So we have antemeridian, before the meridian, antemeridian, and then postmeridian. Postmeridian, okay? So antemeridian is AM. So it's the morning, it's before the sun reaches the highest point and then goes down. Antemeridian, and then post-meridian, the afternoon, before the sun goes down. But this is before clocks, right? Before time was a thing. So now AM is before 12 o'clock and PM is after 12 o'clock. That's it. I'm sorry, science, about my explanation. Okay. Dialoguemos Bien wants to know, in what language do you dream? Well, you know, I've heard a lot of people say that they loved that first moment when they had a dream in another language. They're like, oh my God, I had my first dream in French or whatever. And, you know, that they feel like this is a big moment in their language learning sort of experience. Personally, I have never had a dream in Spanish. I don't think. And I don't really ever remember my dreams anyway, so, but it's an interesting question. Not just what language do you dream, but what language do you think? Now, I was reading about this recently, actually, and obviously we can make theories about this, but it's impossible to really know what is the language of thought. Is it, you know, English? If I'm a native speaker, do I think in English? Or if you're Italian, do you think in Italian? But the latest scientific research tells us that we probably think in some type of abstract, non-verbal way. You know, ideas and ideas and imagination is non-verbal. It has no language. And then to express it, we translate that into language. So really, dreams have no language. It's only when you move them from abstract into concrete that they become a language. But science doesn't know, not yet. That's what I know. Okay, so Nan Reese wants to know about the construction be supposed to. Okay, to be supposed to. What does it mean, right? Well. What does it mean to suppose? To suppose is like a synonym for to think, right? To think, to like project your predictions, right? To predict. So for example, you can say, imagine if I ask you a question. Do you think that democracy is good? And you say, well, yes, I think democracy is good. I predict that democracy is good. I suppose that democracy is good. So, to be supposed to means that it is your, or my thought, my prediction that you will do something. Okay? It is thought, it is predicted that this will happen. So for example, today I am supposed to teach 5 classes, for example. I think, it's my plan, I think I will teach 5 classes. I predict I will teach 5 classes. Remember, we're talking about the future. We can only make predictions. Maybe something will happen and I won't, but I predict I will, I think I will. So that's what it means. It means that you think you will do something, but maybe you won't, maybe you will. Like in the past, well, I was supposed to finish my homework and I did. Or I was supposed to finish my homework, but I watched Netflix. I don't know if that was a good or bad explanation. Anna Rita Bruni wants to know, why do I live in Spain? I live in Spain for various reasons. The main reason is that my wife's family are from here. And so we came to visit and we stayed. That's simple. So, because I think we fell in love with the idea of living in Spain. But then, when I discovered that they have a tax department and a social security office, I started to fall out of love with the country. Tax. Okay. Wow, I'm really glad that I could help you with a test today. Okay, Marco wants to know about the difference between stuff and things. It's the same. Things is formal, stuff is informal. Look at all this stuff. Look at all these things. More formal, less informal, less formal. That's it. Nassau wants to know, what podcast do you recommend? Well, it's funny you should ask. My podcast? No, I have made 4 episodes of my podcast. My podcast is a bit more sort of nerdy, a bit more academic. The podcast is my opportunity to be a language nerd, a language geek, which maybe is good or bad, I don't know. There are lots of great podcasts. My favorite podcast about language in general is called Lexicon Valley. But about actually learning English, I don't know, because I don't listen to any of these podcasts. I did listen to some. Yeah, no, I'm not going to say some bad things. Okay. Yeah. So listen, guys. How many? There's just one final question here from Artem. He wants to know, how many languages do I know? Well, I speak fluent Italian. This is, you do this and that's it. This is fluent Italian here. You can say anything. Pedi a bordo, cazzo. See? Oh, that's my perfect Italian. I speak French, Spanish, Arabic, Australian. What else do I speak? Greek, Portuguese. No, I only speak French and Spanish. I studied French for 5 years at high school, and I don't remember anything. Bad, isn't it? And I think that's one of the reasons why I feel so motivated to really help people to learn a language, because I had such a terrible experience at school with French. Imagine I could speak French now, but the teaching was bad, so okay, so yes, and yes, Josephine, of course, I also speak Mandarin. Ni hao. The name of the podcast, which I like, which is about language. It's not to learn language, it's about language. It's called oops. Lexicon Valley. It's a play on words. Silicon Valley, Lexicon Valley. It's a great podcast. Well, it has a new host. The original episodes are incredible. Okay. I have to go, unfortunately. I have to prepare for this afternoon's classes. It was an absolute pleasure to talk to you in class today. I hope that you enjoyed this live class, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. I have a great video planned for this week. Okay, ready for this? I'm going to invite you to change the English language. Okay? You'll see in this video an invitation to completely change English. So, coming, I hope tomorrow. If not, Thursday. Okay. Big love to you all. I'll see you soon. Bye.